The second day of a busy weekend for the Brisca Formula 1 stock cars on the East Coast at Skegness Raceway in Lincolnshire sees the drivers fresh from the World Championship semi-final meeting on Saturday night, where Tom Harris secured a front row slot for his defence of his world title at Bradford. The leading players back again here today to contest the Tommy Kay Memorial Trophy in memory of a former racer and long-time mechanic. 3 heats for the Brisca F1s in today's programme on this Sunday afternoon. A consolation in part 2 of our programme, then the Tommy Kay Memorial Final. The final for the National Mini Stocks who race here in support, and then a Grand National as well. So the first of 3 heats about to get underway then. Slightly damp conditions here at Skegness for day 2 of this weekender. Names to look out for in this one include 515 Frankie Wainman Jr., number 16 Matt Newson, 166 Bobby Griffin, number 8 Catherine Harris, one of the leading ladies of Brisca F1, and also Sean Webster, the UK Open champion, number 48, who won the meeting final at last night's meeting. About 20 cars out there for the first of 3 heats, a big entry of over 70 cars here across the weekend. Some rain in the run-up to today's meeting has left the track rather slick, as you can see. They get underway then. The white graders lead them off, followed by the yellows, blues, reds and superstars. The green flag is down and off they go with number 54 leading them off. That's Jay Goodwin. He's getting used to the rather slippery conditions here. Catherine Harris getting the bumper. I think that was on one of the blue graders, 381 Tyrone Evans. Up on the curb there, Harry Gooding in 316 looking for some grip on that inner curb. Seems to have helped him. Start to sort themselves out then with Jay Goodwin, number 54 in the league, got his first ever win at Skegness earlier this season. 120 Casey Engelston being sent wide there. Sliding sideways Jake Harry, number 345. It's on the limit of grip there. It's very slippery out there after the earlier rain. It's been changeable weather all weekend here in Skegness. Thankfully the rain held off for the World Championship semi-final last night. It's Catherine Harris, sister of Tom, who won that event. We'll see him out a little later on today. 595 Jack Ryan getting the bumper in there. 381 Tyrone Evans battling with 345 of Jake Harry. Oh, they've tangled up coming into turn 1 and up and on top of the 345 and wallop straight into him goes 13 of Kelvin Hassel. I think that was Junior Wainman, 515, who put the bumper in there on the 381, firing right over the top of Jake Harry in 345. I think they've all just about survived that. Try and get going again. 479 James Hunt's in there as well. There's a wheel off somebody there, so the yellow flags will have to come out. So we're under caution in this heat number 1 with a loose wheel on turn 2. Kelvin Hassel there, you can see the wheel next to his car. We'll see what happened. Tyrone Evans was attacking Jake Harry, just got it a bit wrong there, rode up over his bonnet. Then in came the rest of the pack behind, and Kelvin Hassel is the man who got planted into the back, bang, into the 381 car. Big impact. Tyrone Evans up and over the front end of Jake Harry's car. Junior Wainman getting the bumper in. And a loose wheel bringing out the yellow flag in the interests of safety. We get ready for the restart then. 54 Jay Goodwin in the lead. Oh, looks like he's got a problem. Yes, he's pulling off, so we've lost our leader. And it will be number 90 of Peter Nee who takes over at the front of the field ahead of 242 Joe Nichols, the blue grader. Harry Gooding in 316 behind. He's gone wide on the restart. Joe Nichols straight up the inside as they go into turn 1 as the green goes down, and he takes the lead. Harry Gooding has dropped right back. Whether he's got a problem there, I'm not sure. Banging wheels there, 48 of Sean Webster, looking for 2 final wins in a weekend, and number 16 of Matt Newson. 166 is Bobby Griffin, 312 of John Thompson coming under fire from Junior Wainman in 515. Also going through on the inside, Casey Engelston. Catherine Harris into the leading places now past Peter Nee. She's up into second place. Nee fights back side by side down the home straight. Then we've got Webster 4th and Newson 5th. Bobby Griffin 6th. Casey Engelston 7th. And Junior Wainman, despite being delayed in that little schmozzle up on turn 2 earlier on, is up into 8th position. Peter Nee gets elbowed wide there by Matt Newson and by Bobby Griffin. Still your leader is Joe Nichols, number 242. He's opened up quite an advantage here. Looks like Sean Webster has come through as Bobby Griffin gets walloped there into the fence by Peter Nee, but bounces back out, keeps it going. Junior Wainman was involved there as well. He's made up a few places. multiple title winner over the years. 312 John Thompson has dropped out. Looks like a puncture for him. We get past halfway in this heat number 1 for the brisca Formula 1 stock cars. The leading runners go through to the final, the rest of the constellation. Bumper goes in there from 515 Junior Wayman past Matt Newson in number 16, the nearly man of brisca F1 for so many years. Will that change in this year's World Championship at Bradford? 242 Joe Nichols, he hasn't had a win for quite some time. His dad Dave and Uncle Jeff Nichols, both regular races over the years. Dave now retired, Jeff still going mainly on shale, number 215. Junior Wayman under fire from Matt Newson. In behind them, in goes the bumper from Bobby Griffin. Good battle going on between these three. They're not interested in catching the leaders, they're content to fight among themselves. Wayman fights back on the back of Newson, locks up the rear wheels there. Griffin's been able to escape at the front of this group, the former National Mini Stocks gold top. We'll see the National Mini Stocks out later on for their meeting final. Casey Eggleston getting into the battle now as well, number 120. He started out in ORCI Mini Stocks, the other mini-based formula in the UK. Also coming into the battle, 381 Tyrone Evans, still going after that stoppage earlier on. His twin brother Lewis racing with him this weekend. It's still Joe Nichols clear at the front in 242. He's heading for victory. I don't think he's going to be caught here. Evans being caught by Harry Gooding, raced on the circuits in a Ford Fiesta, among other things in the past. See him having a go at the ovals this year. Junior Wayman sliding wide, and oh, there's the reason why. Bobby Griffin has spun coming out of turn 2, but we are on the last lap now. It's going to be a win for Joe Nichols. He's pulled away from everybody else. Coming up to lap Austin Moore in the 127. The blue grade is going to take his first win for some time. Well done, Joe Nichols. 242. We know where he's going to celebrate that win. We see the McDonald's logo on his aerofoil there. McDonald's all round for him and his crew later on to celebrate that victory. Rest of the pack comes home. We'll confirm the order shortly. I think it was Sean Webster in second. Beyond that, we'll check in a moment when we get the official results of that one. But Joe Nichols back to winning ways for the first time in quite a while, it has to be said, beating Sean Webster by just over a second. Catherine Harris a fine third, then Junior Wayman topping his battle with Matt Newson. Casey Eggleston in 6th, Bobby Griffin 8th after a spin behind Harry Gooding. Peter Nee, who was on the pace early on, and Austin Moore complete the top 10.
P1 winner, 242 Joe Nichols. It's nice to see you winning again.
Yes, it's about time, to be honest. I think I didn't win one last year. The year before I won a final. Yeah, I'm really happy, to be honest. Team needed it. We needed a boost, so yeah.
Yeah, that's it with stock car racing. You can have a long period of nothing, and then usually a win breeds a win.
Yeah, I was skeggy last time. Gearbox went wrong, we were in 4th, and I crashed at Bradford, and I've wrecked everything. I had this in the fence, gone up to red, had it in the fence, hit everything. Corner off it, wheel off it, hit everything. Look started to change last week. Look changed last night, and got a win today. So we really needed a boost, to be fair.
And maybe that luck will carry on into the final.
I hope so. Not sure what the weather's going to do. It's on and off, on and off. No one knows what to do. Made a good tyre choice then, so we'll see.
Well, we'll certainly keep an eye on you.
Well, thank you very much.
Next group of cars on track then for heat number 2. The world champion Tom Harris is out in this one. Also no European champion as well, following his victory at the Northampton Shaleway. Other names to watch include Danny Wayman, number 212. Finn Sargent, back in his own car, lent it to his father Mark for the world semi-final last night, but it's Finn back out today. Lewis Evans is out there as well in 392. And Carl Hawkins 175. Just some of the names to watch in this one. Simon Binder, number 128, and 492 Ashley Wareham will lead the field away. Another of the leading ladies of UK oval racing. Oh, and a tangle there, 295 lunging in. That was Louis Goodwin. Lunging at Simon Binder. They go off. Michael Scriven goes sliding in. There's cars going everywhere on the first turn. We ride on board with Luke Davidson in the 464, something of a Skegness specialist. He somehow managed to get through the gaps there on the outside of turn 2 as everybody else was going off. Louis Goodwin, that attack on Simon Binder did not work. It sends them both flying. The yellow flags have come out. See again what's happened there. 2 cars had gone off ahead, but then Michael Scriven goes spinning out, tangles with Mark Adkins, and that's the other car that went up into the air there. Joe Booth caught up as well in 446, and also caught on the inside 392. That is Lewis Evans. Oh, he hit the tyres. That's ripped a wheel off his car, so that's what happened on the inside of turn 2. and then Finn Sargent getting caught up as well. It's normally his father Mark who gets caught up in first lap incidents. Mark did race that car yesterday, maybe he's jinxed it. Anyway, we get back underway. 492 Ashley Wareham in the lead, but under fire here from Alex Wass in the 283 car. He goes for the inside out of turn 2. Simon Binder getting taken wide again there. Wass leads, but here comes number 300. That's Paul Carter up the inside in the Murray Harrison built car. And 512 is there as well. We could have 3 lead changes in half a lap. Michael Stewart up the inside in 512. He takes over. There's a tangle there. That's Sam Wass and Simon Binder again. Pretty mayhem-filled start to this heat number 2. It's 512 of Michael Stewart, who leads the way from Alex Wass, Paul Carter. Tom Harris is already in the top 10. 2 cars off there. Binder's one of them. I think 343 of Ewan McCrudden is the other one. Luke Davidson, 464. Biggest honour he's won in the sport is the Gold Cup in the Netherlands at Raceway Venray. Getting the bumper in there as we ride with him on Alex Wass, and Tom Harris simply dives past both of them. Tom Harris almost unbeatable, especially on tarmac this year. Favourite to retain his world title at Bradford. He's already qualified on the front row in the world semi-final last night here at Skegness. Chasing now Paul Carter. Out front is Michael Stewart. Luke Davidson side by side with Joe Booth in the 446. Up to second goes Harris. Carl Hawkins in there in fourth with a smaller wing design on his car, number 175. This is the fight for fifth between Booth and Davidson. That's 343 McCrudden. Behind them Alex Wass, 283, but it's Michael Stewart who leads in 512. In his Wainman prepared car. Tom Harris is catching him. Just past halfway. It's Paul Carter in third place in the 300, having a good run, the yellow grader. Now Joe Booth being caught, this is for 6th place by 283 Alex Wass. Harris has almost caught our race leader. Carl Hawkins gets the bumper in on Paul Carter to go through for 3rd place. And behind them is the battle between Booth and Wass for 5th place, not 6th, I apologise. Here comes Tom Harris. The bumper goes in at turn 1, up the inside and into the lead. He just cannot stop winning in 2021, Tom Harris. He's already won the European Championship. The only major race he's missed out on is the British here at Skegness. Oh, Luke Davidson's got a problem. Davidson slowing our camera car. Curse of the onboard camera has sadly struck again. And Luke Davidson is out of the race. And what the problem is there, he pulls up on turn 2. That's his race gone. Meanwhile, 3 laps to go for Tom Harris. There is Carl Hawkins now up into 3rd position. He's got ahead of Paul Carter. And he catch our top 2. Next in the order behind Carter are Wass and Booth. And the rest a long way behind. Next coming through it is Finn Sargent. He's recovered well. He's had several final wins this year. Got caught up on the first corner in this one. Ashley Wareham still going in 492. It's going to be another win for Tom Harris. Coming up to lap Ashley Wareham. 1 lap to go this time. He's just visibly quicker than everyone else, Tom Harris, this year. Rain begins to fall again here at Skegness. Forward to take it easy through the final turn. And Tom Harris comes in for yet another race victory. 2nd place will go to Michael Stewart. Carl Hawkins 3rd, then Paul Carter. And it looks like Alex Wass came over in 5th place. Danny Wainman further back down the top 10. A quiet race for the 2-1-2 there. But Tom Harris, who can beat Tom Harris this year? Taking the win, 1.5 seconds clear of Michael Stewart. Carl Hawkins in 3rd. Paul Carter, Alex Wass round out the top 5. Joe Booth next ahead of Finn Sargent. Danny Wainman in 8th. Mark Adkins recovering from his first corner tangle. And Adam Bamford, number 43, completing the top 10.
Heat 2 winner, number 1, Tom Harris. Different day, same result.
Yeah, car's going really well, and track conditions were a bit tricky then at the start, and the yellow flag, I got myself sorted and away we went.
Yeah, you got lucky, the rain came just at the end of the racing, and you know, it's going to be that sort of day, isn't it? Absolutely.
Tyre choice today is going to be absolutely critical as well. Like when you get a racing line like that, you know, there was a really grippy bit and a really, really slippy bit. So you have to hit your marks and make sure you don't make any mistakes.
The heats have been a bit quieter today, obviously damage from yesterday and things, but it's all going to come together in the final. That's going to be a big grid.
That's right, that's what heat race is all about, is building up to the final. It's a show, so we need to build up through the heats and have a cracking grand final.
Well, we'll see how we get on.
Thank you very much.
Moving on to heat number 3. Names to look out for in this one include former world champion Lee Fairhurst, former European champion Paul Hines in car 259, Frankie Wainman Jr. in treble 5, Little Ted Wainman as he's known, Charlie Sauder in number 5. Also look out for Josh Smith 191, there he is on the outside of the red graders. Ben Riley 422, in damp conditions he should go well. Desperately wants to win the Tommy Kay Memorial Trophy here today, in memory of the man who built his car. 307, Hannah Chappell it is who leads them off in the ex-Tim Warwick machine, ahead of Richard Woods and Jordan Faulding. Liam Gilbank being fired wide there in the number 20. There's 484, Craig Utley in the ex-Dan Johnson car. Dan having now retired from Brisca F1 and moved to race in Autograss this year. 17 there, that's Lee Fairhurst getting ahead of Ben Riley in the 422. 496 being sent wide, that's Neil Holcroft, former Heritage stock car racer. Getting busy in the midfield. 346 Ashley England, he had a Grand National win in yesterday evening's meeting. They push and shove their way round. Chappell leads it, Craig Utley in second place. Still with the white wall tyres on the ex-Tim Warwick car there, one of his trademarks. Richard Burt, 178 in third place. Charlie Saunders up to fourth, then Liam Gilbank. 321 Ed Meachell on the outside there. Good to see him back racing after some time away. Chappell goes too wide there coming off turn 4. That allows Utley up the inside in the orange machine. He's going to take the lead in 484. Craig Utley comes through. He leads from the 307 of Hannah Chappell. There's Charlie Sauder, sort of Mick Sauder, the ex-F2 world champion, ex-Brisca F1 European champion. Mick now busy with show trucks, among other things, at truck shows around the UK. Ashley England's gone into the wall there in 346, so Ace Ash drops back. Looks like he may have to go in the consolation. Charge their way around this now slightly drier Skegness Raceway. Josh Smith, sideways Smith there, alongside Ben Riley, the Rainmaster as some call him. Hoping the heavens open once again. I would think he desperately wants to win today's final. Memory of Tommy Kay, a long-time team member. Jordan Faulding's gone for a spin coming out of turn 4. 204 Mark Cooper being lapped there by Charlie Sauder, who's come through into second ahead of Hannah Chappell. It is Craig Utley who still leads. It's heat number 3. There's Paul Hines, 259. A relatively quiet season by his usual standards, as Hannah Chappell gets attacked there by Mark Cooper. Not sure why, they're on different laps. Now Cooper gets walloped by Liam Gilbank. That's taken Richard Burt out wide. He used him as almost as a cue ball there, Mark Cooper, to fire the opposition wide. Interesting bit of driving there on turn 1. Jordan Faulding has come to a halt on the centre. His race is over. We come towards the closing stages. Ben Riley attacking Little Ted Wainman in treble 5. It's Craig Utley in the clear ahead of Charlie Sauder. Lee Fairhurst is now up into third place. Won the world final here at Skegness back in, I think it was in 2012, so nearly 10 years since Lee Fairhurst won the world title. Chasing down Charlie Sauder, they lap Mike Storey, returning to racing after quite a long time away, the number 30. It looks like it is going to be a win for Craig Utley in the ex-Dan Johnson car. Going up to lap the 268 of Richard Woods, the white grader. Normally more proficient on shale, Richard. Battle for second starting to close though. It may not all be over yet. Somebody slowing there in the background. That's Josh Smith, I think, number 191 has hit problems. They come up to lap Richard Woods, and yes, Sauder and Fairhurst definitely getting closer here to Craig Utley's rear bumper. I think it's between these three. Paul Hines is up into fourth in 259. Into the last lap we go. Richard Woods, is he going to get out of the way and let the second place fight through? Yes, he is. Somebody else stopping on the inside of turn 2. Charlie Sauder frantically trying to get close enough up on the curve there. He's not going to get close enough. He could lose second on the dash of the line. It's going to be a win for Utley, and Charlie Sauder does hold on for second. That was a frantic dash there through the final turn by Charlie Sauder. He tried to get the bumper in, couldn't get within range, then he had to scrabble back across to defend from Lee Fairhurst for second place. Well, we'll confirm the results of that one fairly shortly. No doubts about your winner though, Craig Utley in the ex-Dan Johnson fast orange car. He takes the win by just over a second ahead of Charlie Sauder, who just held off Lee Fairhurst on the run to the line for third. Paul Hines fourth ahead of Ben Riley. Then Liam Gilbank ahead of little Ted Wademan. Richard Burt in 8th place. Ashley England recovered from a trip into the wall for 9th. And Hannah Chappell rounds out the top 10.
Heat 3 winner, 484 Craig Utley. You've found some pace there. You've been quick all weekend, but you've got it quicker there.
Yeah, I just did a bit of alterations this morning. I had a bit of bad luck last night. Car were quick, but I just kept getting tangled up. Proper less driving seat hours, I think. More than all.
Well, its previous owner was quite used to crashing in it as well, wasn't he?
Well, he drove it well, didn't he? He's a good driver, Dan, and he's built a good car for his son, and I am liking the car, to be fair.
Yeah, it certainly is a good stock car, isn't it? It's an all-round stock car.
Yeah, it's a good. It's well built. I can say that. Yeah.
And of course, today's going to be difficult to say the least, I think, with weather-wise, isn't it? But
yeah, well, we've been here since Friday, and weather's just been like this all the time, and it's how you want to alter your car, really. Because 1 minute it's down, and then it's red hot.
And of course, you're going to fancy the final as well. Get away from yellow, you never know.
Yeah, I'm going to get a good go, but final's final. Anything can happen, can't it?
Yeah, well, best of luck.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, some great hard-hitting and fast-paced racing from the brisca F1 stock cars, as always, here on the Skegness Raceway tarmac. That's the heats out of the way for today's meeting. Coming up, the consolation final, Grand National, and the National Mini Stocks as well. But for now, we'll take a short break. Back shortly.